Right, welcome everyone to Search Party's Playback series. So this is a podcast about local music where we get local acts in and we chat a bit about the scene, we chat a bit about their favourite local tracks and then get to know a bit about their story. This week, episode 2, as you'll notice from the same bowling shirt as I wore in the Broda episode, is filmed on the same day. But we are joined now by the fantastic Jake McRae of Moon Landing. Jake,
hello.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, of course.
So, Jake, I've known you a while through different
time.
iterations and different bands.
Yeah, I've used your rehearsal studio many times.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yeah.
And you're playing now with Moon Landing, which was a project I believe you started up last year.
It is, yeah. It's mid-lockdown. I decided to, just through being in so many bands before and stuff, I just decided I was going to do everything myself.
Yeah, and so I think that was a story across the board for a lot of people. It got more into production throughout lockdown, you know, and like they had the time, you know, obviously we couldn't jam together, we couldn't do anything with our bands. So people really got into production and so many good products have came off the back of that, and is another one just like that. And I suppose that's the story, isn't it? Like was you just got into like producing your own stuff?
Oh yeah, well it's also just like playing everything myself. I've just always played everything, like guitar, everything, you know. So it's just, and I'm always so picky of like I know exactly what I want.
You want to be in control.
So I'm a complete control freak, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I've felt myself dipping in the other bit myself over lockdown too. Paddy's behind the camera and he's like looking away, but you know, saying rightly like because I've been demoing a load of stuff for like the Search Party things, like I've been like, you know, playing the bass and like doing my lead lines, but obviously like it's when I come into here it's like it's them guys like doing like they write their own parts and stuff like.
But it's really it's important to have a strong vision, like when you write what you want.
It's so hard.
Learn to be what I'm trying to learn to be is flexible.
Yeah, and let it go, because like I write like on a spicy. It's like the spicy the thing with me and Paddy, because I'm obviously more of a guitarist than I am like a bassist or like a drummer. But like but it's like the wee lead parts I put in just the demo, just like messing around, like. Even if it's like the wee quickest thing, but as soon as Paddy does his own thing, I'm like, oh no, I'm so used to hearing like my one there, and it's just, I think it's just the difference. I'm like, I'm not even thinking about it objectively. I'm not going like what Paddy's doing is better, and you know what, like, but you're just so used to like
the habit.
The habit of hearing your part. Acknova class and the style, I think, is what really. And the genre of like what you're doing with this is what I think really sets it apart with the music.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And like you know, we've been doing the fan base builder program together over the past couple of months, and we've got chatting a bit about influences and stuff over that. And like you've mentioned, Radiohead.
Yeah, so I'm massive. Radiohead.
And you know, you can really hear that through the music that you're making, and
my secret shame.
And would you say that's a primary like sort of influence behind what you're doing?
Yeah, it's huge Radiohead fan, and it's really like from discovering them like years ago, I've really tried from like when you would have met me years ago, I was really like psychedelic-y, Hendrixy sort of like bluesy guitar, and then just from discovering Radiohead I discovered all these amazing other bands like who really put an emphasis on that sort of ambience and the atmosphere, so like Sigur Rós and stuff, like a great Icelandic band, and I love that whole soundscapey sort of, even Shoegaze and things like that.
Yeah, I get a Shoegaze type of vibe off it too, and I suppose like a lot of what Radiohead was doing like in the day, if Radiohead were a new band, one of the adjectives people would say is they would probably go at shoegaze, you know?
Yeah, and so many of those bands from that like 90s era are sort of intertwined and stuff. You have like Portishead and like the Portishead drummer, sort of, cause that's that sort of trip hoppy, shoegazy sort of links. He became the second Radiohead drummer, and they're all sort of. It's a cool. Everything,
all
everything's
interconnected.
connected, you know?
Yeah,
that's a beautiful.
We're all one with the
that's
universe.
That's a beautiful thing about music, you know. This is going very Joe Rogan. We're all one, man.
I suppose that's a good time to go into our first track of the show. And for anybody who's watching this as the first episode, our wee format is that we we choose our track of the week, then the artist chooses their local song of the week, and then we play one of the artists' backlog of songs. And so our pick for Search Party's playback of the week is going to be Heel of Achilles and Dark Places, that came out in August there. So we're going to get a listen to that and hopefully play a bit from the video. Enjoy.
That it's hard to breathe.
So that was Heel of Achilles with Dark Places. Thanks for listening to Search Party's Playback series. And we're still here with Jake McRae of Moon Landing. So, yeah, just to continue, I don't want to be stuck on influences for too long, but just a point I wanted to make was just that, as you said, with your other bands, you know, like, was it Spot the Fool?
I wasn't.
No,
yes. It was like Psychic Eyes was the
Psychic Eyes was your own, and like that was like that was real like blues, but like heavy, bluesy, like rock.
And then it got very Motorhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but like contrast that to like this.
Yeah.
Is vastly different. Like you know.
Yeah. It's the whole ambience thing, and I really love the whole soundscape idea, and I always want, when I'm writing stuff, I always want to think, could I imagine this in a film or put to like a...
That's a cool concept.
To a sort of a cool video, artsy video or something. You know?
Yeah, I think in my head, you know, if that was like me, I think that would give you so much scope for like the visual side of like the music, and you have so much potential there to do loads of like weird stuff with it, you know, and make it really vibey and stuff.
Yeah.
But
that's the plan. To get as weird as possible.
Yeah. Like I suppose the challenge now is like, as you said, that came out of lockdown and like producing and recording all the stuff yourself. But then now, you know, 2020 and 2021, you know, there hasn't been a chance for people to get out and like perform. So like now is like the big challenge for you is translating that into like a live performance, and so you were telling me you've got a band together to try and perform the songs.
4 other great fellas from lots of local bands and stuff as well, and yeah, it is going to be a challenge, to be fair, but it should be good. It's I always think if I see a band live myself who can pull off that sort of real atmospheric-y vibes, that sort of background sound going on as well, I always think it's a really impressive thing. So yeah, if we pull it off, it'll be good.
I tell you what, there was a band we played with in Dublin 2 years ago. I looked at Paddy to try and see if he would like help me with the name. Oh, they were called Father, right?
Father, okay.
Yeah. I remember now, and they were just suggested to me by like another band we know down there, that usually supports us when we go down. But Father were like, they had all this real like psychedelic, like but you know like ambient stuff going on, and just like it was just a stage full of delay pedals, and
that's incredible.
And that had do you remember this? No, Paddy doesn't remember anything. They had a projector like in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah.
Like they just had it basically was, you ever see like on like Windows XP the way you had like the wee visualizations when you were listening to music?
Yeah. It
was just basically that sort of thing, like projected onto them as they were playing.
I think that's a great idea as well. I remember seeing Hit the B Button.
Yeah.
And they used to project, it was a gig in McHugh's, I remember seeing them, and they projected, it was like loads of different famous dances from like TV shows and films and stuff. I remember the one from Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. And that dance thing that he does under the back. I think that's
a really good idea. Yeah. There was a band that came up and we supported them in the Black Box called the Vigaries or something like that, and they done something similar with like the projector, but like it was all like they had a guy just working like the visuals, and like it was like videos of like riots and
intense
and like war, but then it was like we like love things and stuff coming up, just depending on the song, and it was all synced to like their music, and I was like, it might have been just like stock footage or something that they've just downloaded, but it was like holy crap, like that's like really, it's just a different level of stuff, you know, you can add to the show.
It's so interesting. It's like just a completely different element, just to hit another sense when you're watching it. And
So we've mentioned a couple of local acts there, hit the B button and the likes and Father and stuff. What band or act have you chosen for your track of the day?
I'm going for the mighty Lemonade Shoelace.
Ooh,
Who is hitting it big at the minute.
yeah.
And his debut song, Autopilot Paradise.
Autopilot Paradise by Lemonade Shoelace. And big shout out to Rory as well, who has been coming in and jamming with us in our rehearsals too. It's been great having him about, and he's been on the Fan Base Builder programme with us.
Yeah.
Representing Lemonade Shoelace. Loads of stuff going on for them at the minute with the fans competition. So Rory, this one's for you, buddy, and we'll be back in a few moments.
You can wait until the morning, but don't go.
All right. What's happening? We're back, and we were just listening to Jake's pick of the week, which was Lemonade's Shoelace. And lastly, I wanted to go into your music and like plans for the future and stuff. And firstly, I want to touch on the debut single, like "Room is Spinning."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious. I saw you recorded that down in Start Together Studios.
Half bop.
Or sorry, scrap that. Sean for later. Scrap that. I saw you recorded that down in Half Up, yeah, and you played all the tracks on it.
So it's all me, as I was saying. I'm extremely picky and like know exactly what I want. So I'm just like, I'll just go in, do everything myself. Is my lockdown decision.
Yeah,
and it sort of resulted in that.
And so I came out a few months ago and and I performed well, got a good couple of thousand plays and stuff on Spotify. And so, you have a few other releases coming out in the next while, don't you?
I do. I've got possibly one before the end of this year, and then I'll have a busy 2022. God, that sounds strange saying.
It does. Because the last year and a half just didn't count.
Yeah, mentally I'm still living in 2020.
Yeah.
But I'll have a very busy year next year, and there will be a good couple of singles. I'm trying to figure out currently how to arrange a string section.
Right.
So I'm going very Sigur Rós.
That's exciting. That's exciting because I can picture it, as part of with what I've heard from the band. I could see how that would fit in really nice.
Yeah.
So would you get a string section in to record that, or would you try and do it synthetically?
I'm trying to figure those sort of things out, and maybe could get a violin player, play a couple things there, and then move and program. Or it's a long journey to think that through. But so you can expect a lot of very dramatic string section ambient songs from Moon Landing. Yeah.
I have a question just in terms of, gigging and stuff, because, you're preparing now to get this 5-piece band together and get out gigging in 2022 and give the people what they want, But
by unpopular demand.
Have you any funny stories from playing with Psychic Guys or anything?
Oh God.
Anything you can tell on the radio?
Oh, there's a lot of X-rated stuff went on. Yeah, I don't know. I think pretty much every gig was just extremely fast and sweaty, and we played a lot of great gigs in McHugh's and topless gigs. That was nice. Mainly me. Yeah, I think I will miss a lot of sort of whipping out the party tricks for sort of lead guitar and playing with like a beer bottle and stuff.
Yeah, because
behind my head.
Well, I suppose will you miss that the high energy sort of thing that you would have had with Psychic Guys?
Yeah, I think to an extent. Yeah, I think there's nothing better than playing in a wee sweatbox like McHugh's where everybody's on the same level as you.
Yeah.
No stage and really close, and you're just playing 250 BPM.
And would that have been your favourite place to play, McHugh's?
Yeah, I would love McHugh's. Yeah,
It's a great place to play.
But,
shout out to McHugh's.
Yeah. And but no, but that was where I was at that time, and I'm fully invested in the ambience now.
Yeah, and fully invested in, landing on the moon.
Yeah. I always think it's quite funny because signing up for accounts and stuff as Moon Landing, Facebook pages, social media and all that, email accounts and stuff, and I now get emails like, "Dear Mr. Landing." It's
People are and like no, I'm sure do you get like a lot of like conspiracy theorists like messaging you?
Not messaging me, but I know that for a fact that all my pages, social media pages, are buried beneath all the conspiracy.
Yeah, like because when I was younger, me and my friends like were like, it was only the, I sound a bit old saying this, but it was like the start of YouTube, you know, like YouTube was only just a thing, you know, and
probably didn't think it would ever take off.
no, well, like we used to watch the real like OGs of like, you know, YouTube, like Ray William Johnson and that sort of thing, like, and me and my friend, we made YouTube accounts, and like we sort of like thought it was a bit like a social network, you know, so we were trying to add each other, but back then on YouTube you couldn't just like search for somebody's like username or for their like channel, like unless you could only search for a video. So my mate was like, I'll just make a video and then I can search for your video, and then I can add you or subscribe to you or whatever. Not knowing that like we couldn't like message each other or nothing, like it didn't work that way. But so I just went on like Windows Movie Maker and just like got like NASA photos of like Google Images, and like at the time I was like 11 or 12 or something. And, but like me and my mate were like obsessed with like conspiracy theories. We were convinced like the moon landing was faked. So like
you calling me?
I'm calling you out, Jake. But I made like a wee like conspiracy theory of just like copy and paste it off some forum, like something somebody said, and just like put it over the top of these like Google Images and uploaded the video. And like just had like Deadmau5, I remember, in the background. And just so it was like my mate could search for my channel, but like because like people are so passionate about that stuff, you know, and like I put it up and I got like a couple of thousand views, and like there was all these like, it was either like real like patriotic Americans going like trying to like kill me or like call for like my assassination for saying the moon landing was fake, or it was like other conspiracy theorists like wanting to be my mate, like, and I was just going like, I'm 11.
Meant to deep here.
And like it was all spelling mistakes on it, and see, I think I took it down when I was like 15 or something. But like,
I'd say most conspiracy theories are probably full of spelling mistakes.
I know, but I don't know, it's okay. Well, here, Jake, thanks so much.
I was going to say, I know for a fact as well that the guys from Valium, shout out to Valium, get messages asking if they have any Valium.
You really need to watch
quite frequently.
You know, Saint Sapphire, you'd have been familiar with a couple of years ago. You know, before they were Saint Sapphire, they were called Rotten Royalty.
Okay.
And they got a lot of like messages from like, and I'm near sure this is true, like I might be paraphrasing or whatever, but like I'm near sure they told me before that they got a lot of like messages from like paramilitaries and stuff, thinking it was like some sort of like anti-monarchy thing, or like you know, that they were like some sort of like Republican outfit, or but you really need to watch everything, like your name and stuff.
People are strange. Anyway.
Well, brilliant. Jake, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to listen to your debut single, The Room Is Spinning, and yeah, we'll see you next time on the Playback series.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.